Difficult one for landlords today, but I just wanted to touch on what to expect in worst case scenario instance if your tenant was to stop paying rent. So really there's lots of angles to this, and it depends on the circumstances, it depends on the sort of tenancy agreement you're in, which determines the sort of notice that you might be able to serve. But take advice straight away. That might be via a managing agent if you have an agency manage the property for you, and if you do, you might also have the benefit of insurances which will cover rent and legal expenses and cover the costs and the process to resolve that problem. But alternatively, if you are looking at appointing a solicitor, there are various routes that you need to go down. Most agencies, Nicol Co included, would be able to serve the relevant notice to the tenant, be that a Section 8 notice for possession, which is where you'd serve given a specific reason, or alternatively, if you are within a time zone that you can, and at the moment you still legally can, serve a Section 21 notice, which is 2 months requiring possession with no reason attached to it. And what you usually find is from a court process, there is then a process that you'd then go through. The notice itself is a piece of paper which basically says to the tenant, if you fail to vacate as of this date, I am within my legal right to take you to court. So you then still need to apply to the court process, which again is at which point where you'd either appoint a solicitor, or if you've got insurance, you'd appoint your insurers to start that process for you. Within that, the application is made to the court, a hearing would be set, and they would determine from the hearing whether or not possession is granted, at which point the tenant would be given notice by the court to leave. Again, if they still fail to vacate, which happens from time to time, then another hearing would be granted for a bailiff to attend, and a new date would be agreed. Again, it can be quite an arduous process, which is why I always recommend landlords have an insurance policy in place to cover such costs, and also potentially rent guarantees as well where needed.